Hello.
There you go.
Hello, hello.
Okay, we can get started.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for attending our event today. Today is our inaugural Talk About It, Trending Topics Tuesday. So this is the first of the events that we're going to have. We're going to have a series of about 5 events this quarter. Our goal is to cover topics such as whatever's trending, basically. Right now, what's trending the most has been AI over the last at least couple of months. And we have our resident AI expert here. He'll introduce himself, Chidroop, and then Lucretia, and then myself, Jaûne Odombrown. So they'll go ahead and introduce themselves real quickly, and then we'll get started with some questions. And we would like for you guys to be engaging. If you have some particular questions, I'm sure we can answer them, or we'll let you know how we can get back to you. But as of right now, just be as engaged as you can, and contribute if you have knowledge or experience within this space. All right, give us one moment, and we'll be ready.
Feel free to grab some tacos. I have class at 12:30, so I can be long. Introduce myself first? Yes. Okay, so I'll start while Chidroop gets things going. So hello everyone, my name is Lucretia. I am a grad fellow here at the Entrepreneur Center along with Chidroop. Just to share a little bit about my knowledge in the space of AI. So I'm in a PhD program here in informatics, and my research focuses on designing and evaluating digital mental health technology for culture responsiveness. That's a mouthful. But within that, a lot of things that come with my research is design ethics and just like privacy and ethical issues that come about when you design technology. And a large part, of course, is AI. So people are trying to use AI to deliver digital mental health solutions. So a large part of my work is just uncovering that and seeing how we can move forward with AI, because AI is not going away. But how can we use AI ethically to do the work? And upon graduating in June, I will be a research scientist at Howard University in human-centered artificial intelligence.
Hey guys, I'm Chidroop. I'm currently pursuing my Master's of Computer Science at UCI. I've had a lot of experience with AI actually. When I started off in 2017, when I co-founded my first startup where we built underwater unmanned vehicles. So a lot of artificial intelligence started there. Then had a short stint at Walmart Labs where I worked to create. So today, if you order something on Walmart and you see the delivery date, so yeah, that's something I helped Walmart create, especially for the Mexico artificial intelligence. And yeah, it's trending right now. So we can talk about that.
All right, thank you for that. And my name is Jaûne Odombrown. I am the UCI ANTrepreneur Center program coordinator. My job here is to focus on building programs and to help remove barriers for the students who are looking to pursue either startups or either gaining skills as entrepreneurs. So we have a lot of students who come from the background of AI. Maybe they don't know how to step into that space of becoming an entrepreneur to take advantage of their skills. Our job is to find ways to help them do that. So I don't have any particular experience in AI. I have a high interest in AI, like most of you probably do. And so today we're just going to go through how it will affect us in our daily living, our daily life, our work life, and potentially play. All right, so let's start with the basics. This can go for Chidroop real quickly, and then Kusha, you can tap on this. What is artificial intelligence, AI, and how is it different from traditional programming?
Okay, to get started off with that, right? So, if you guys are familiar with how like programs are written or like how instruction is delivered to a machine, right? It just follows the instructions that we give. The instructions that we give is something called an algorithm, right? So, if you want to make ramen, like you just tell the machine, okay, open the packet, put some water, and close the bag, put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. It's just well-defined set of instructions. So now let's do that. That's one problem. So there are certain sets of problems where you can give well-defined instructions, and then there are certain sets of problems where you can't give well-defined instructions. So let's say you give a human a picture of a cat or a dog and ask them to like differentiate, this is a picture of a cat or a picture of a dog. Can you put down in like sentences what the exact instruction is that we can help differentiate between a cat and a dog? We can't. Right? So, because your brain knows what makes a cat and dog, but you can't put that down in a sentence. So, or you can't put down an instruction. But how do we know? We know because of our experience, right? So we know through our experience that these are how cats look and these are how dogs look. So that's how artificial intelligence is different from the traditional programming paradigm, where you don't have exact instructions to give. Rather, you say, hey, learn from older experiences, build like a knowledge base on top of that, and then work off that. So that's essentially what artificial intelligence is. It's not programmed with a certain set of instructions, rather it's going through all old data or like trying to understand from its environment, based on that changes and kind of figure out from there. So yeah, that's I think.
Yeah, I mean, Chidroop said it perfectly. So AI, you're training the models, you're training it to find a particular pattern. So I don't want to jump, I don't know what the other questions are, but that's why AI is tricky and we get into a lot of problems because we're training the computer. And this is when you have to have a data set that's not biased, that's not inaccurate, because this is when you produce problems, and AI can produce problems that you don't want in society because of the data you're training the computer.
Just speaking of that, what are some of the other categories of AI, like machine learning or natural language processing? What are some other ones that we may not hear on a daily basis that we should know about?
Okay, yeah, I think what's hot right now is essentially generative AI, which is like ChatGPT, etc. But AI actually comes from, I would say, like two primary divisions, like supervised and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is when there's a teacher who like teaches the model that this is what it is. So let's go back to the same example of the cat or dog thing, right? So if you give a bunch of pictures to a computer and also there's a teacher who says this is the cat and this is the dog, that's like supervised learning, right? But let's take another problem. Let's say you're trying to teach the computer how to play Pac-Man, right? So then there is no teacher who can say, this is how you need to play. So it gets even more complicated. So then what you do? So then you have like a reward kind of system where you're like, okay, if you get eaten by one of those monsters, then when you die, you lose. So you have like a point system, and then that's like unsupervised learning where you constantly interact with the environment, and based on that reward system, you kind of make yourself better. So same thing with the Tesla self-driving, full self-driving car, right? So there is no actual driver telling the system, you need to make a left here, you need to make a right here. It doesn't work that way. Rather, it's more like, okay, you need to get from point A to point B, you did it in the right way, you get more reward points, etc. So that's like unsupervised learning. Now, in these two categories, there are like different fields, like just John said, like text processing, natural language, NLP is natural language processing. Then there's like on the image side, on the video side, so like different applications of where it could go. And yeah, the latest thing what we've all been seeing is the generative AI aspect of it, where it's able to generate like new content or new, I would say, new outputs just based on like an input prompt or something of the sort. So it could be with pictures, it could be with text, it could be anything.
Appreciate it. So how about when you're doing user experience, which AI subset are you mostly like using or mostly like interested in?
So, okay. So I will break it down between. I'm also a UX researcher / research scientist. So sometimes a lot of what I deal with is there's some type of product that's developed, and now, okay, how can we test this product with users, or how can we like uncover the pain points that users are having with this product? So for example, something that's very popular in a lot of systems is recommender systems. So like if you like Spotify or Netflix, like if you like these types of TV shows, it's gonna recommend more TV shows similar to that. So an example of if something isn't recommending particular way that the user likes, so that's when we kind of uncover like, okay, like we do focus groups, interviews, things like that. Okay, like what is something that you see within this product, this recommender system that you don't like, or like that you would wish the product would recommend to you better. So things like that. What was the second part?
Which one do you engage with the most?
Yes. Oh, so that was one part, but also in a sense as when it comes to just AI in general, there's a lot of different things that's going on in my field. For example, chatbots is very popular now, and also one of my research projects, we're building a WhatsApp chatbot for home visitors in South Africa right now. So last year, some of you may know that I went to South Africa and did a 2-week research study where we just kind of understood the other dynamics that come into play when you entering and designing technology in other countries. So for example, a lot of the data usage and just like understanding how to use technology in their environment, which is very different from the US, where we have iPhones, we have Androids, we have phones everywhere. We don't have kind of data issues here, but in other societies there are issues. So with that, we're deploying kind of AI technology, but there's other problems that come up to even use AI technology before we even get to that standpoint. So that's just a few of those.
Yeah, and I guess since we have kind of set the context for like today's like topic, which is essentially like AI, right? So I think the way we kind of experimenting with this format, but the way we want to kind of have it is like an interactive conversation between you guys and us, and like we just talk about it. So opening up the floor to like like maybe we can start off with where have you guys that's like
using it kind of not random, you know, so and we finally believe it.
I think that's a very interesting take, right? So I think that whole concept of if we use the tool or the I completely agree. But just to take like point to say, so we used to have jobs before where a person was computer, it was an actual person computer, all his work was just right? Before like other jobs. So if we get a new tool in, it will also push people to get smarter than that, to build above and over it, so that they don't lose their jobs. So it's kind of like a cycle that works in that way, but of course it could go the other way. It might reach a saturation point where it can't beat it.